Have you ever shared something deeply personal with your family, only to wish you had kept it to yourself? It's a familiar feeling, a moment of vulnerability that sometimes leaves us uneasy. With time, we come to realize that not every truth needs to be spoken. In this video, we're revealing 5 crucial secrets about what to keep private with your family, and why holding back can actually enhance your relationships, protect your peace of mind, and safeguard your emotional well-being. Join us as we explore how staying silent about certain things, like past regrets, small health issues, unachieved dreams, family disagreements, and even future plans, can lead to stronger, healthier connections. This isn't about hiding who we are. It's about understanding the power of boundaries. By being thoughtful about what we choose to share, we can nurture trust, preserve respect, and maintain our sense of dignity. Watch until the end to see how a little restraint can make a big difference. You'll learn how silence, applied with care, can help avoid unnecessary misunderstandings and build a foundation of mutual respect. We'll guide you through why some things are better left unsaid, and how that can lead to a life of harmony, clarity, and deeper understanding within your family. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay connected with our latest insights. Your support helps us continue bringing meaningful content, so if this video resonates with you, please like and share it. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment with 1 if you find the topic valuable, or share any suggestions on how we can make future videos even better. Let's get started and explore the art of selective silence. Secret 1. Embrace resilience and cherish positive moments. In preserving certain memories, we hold a private sanctuary of our growth, a testament to the strength we've gained. These personal treasures remind us of our journey, our victories, and the lessons etched by time. Not every misstep or scar must be shared. Wisdom can flourish in a few well-chosen words. Phrases like, "I learned about trust the hard way," can illuminate without reopening wounds, offering guidance through their simplicity. This isn't secrecy, it's a deliberate act of grace and self-respect. By choosing silence in certain areas, we lead from strength, not regret. We protect our dignity, allowing our family to see not the shadow of past mistakes, but the light of resilience. It's a gift to live in the present, unburdened by yesterday's weight, as we guide those we love with unspoken understanding. The decision to hold back some stories carries profound power. It safeguards against misunderstandings and ensures our narrative reflects the people we've become, not the struggles we've faced. It honors our growth while preserving the peace and wisdom we've cultivated along the way. By doing so, we become models of endurance, grace, and evolution, quietly teaching those we cherish that challenges are not meant to define us but to refine us. In a world overflowing with openness, there's elegance in discretion. These untold stories become silent strengths, unseen threads that fortify us and deepen our relationships. They are reminders of the hardest lessons life has taught us, yet they remain tools for guiding others gently and effectively through their own trials. In choosing what to share, we maintain a legacy of resilience and an aura of quiet wisdom. This silent strength radiates outward. Our loved ones may not know every detail, but they sense the calm and fortitude within us. By embodying patience and understanding, we create a model for navigating life's uncertainties. In this, we teach without words the power of grace under pressure and the serenity of inner peace. When real challenges arise, our family will recognize the gravity of what we share, understanding that we speak only when it truly matters. This approach isn't about avoiding the reality of aging or difficulty, but reframing it. Each day becomes a gift, every moment an opportunity for joy, even in the smallest things. Choosing what we reveal shapes our legacy. It's a legacy of strength and happiness, of finding beauty in life despite its imperfections. Through love, laughter, and hope, we leave behind a vibrant memory, an example that endures in the hearts of those we hold dear. You may ask yourself how to keep this good mental habit alive every day. Here are some additional activities to strengthen your focus on resilience and positivity. 1. Set a daily intention before breakfast. As you prepare or eat breakfast. How? Think about one specific quality you want to embody for the day, such as patience, kindness, or perseverance. Say it aloud or write it on a sticky note as a reminder to carry it with you throughout the day. 2. Create a memory jar. At the end of each day or week. How? Write one positive experience or lesson you've learned on a small piece of paper and place it in a jar. Over time, this jar becomes a visual reminder of your journey and the strength you've gained. 3. Practice a breathing exercise. Anytime you feel overwhelmed or unfocused. How? Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Repeat this 3 times to regain calmness and center your thoughts. 4. Limit negative inputs. While consuming media or engaging in conversations. How? Be mindful of what you expose yourself to. Set boundaries for social media scrolling, avoid dwelling on negative news, and redirect conversations toward solutions or uplifting topics when possible. 5. Write a resilience letter. Once a week during quiet time. How? Write a letter to yourself recounting a past challenge you've overcome. Highlight what you learned, how you grew, and why you're proud of yourself. Revisit these letters when you need a reminder of your inner strength. 6. Dedicate time to helping others. Choose one day each week. How? Volunteer, mentor someone, or simply help a neighbor. Shifting focus to others' needs fosters gratitude and reinforces your sense of purpose and resilience. 7. Practice thought flipping. When negative or self-critical thoughts arise. How? Catch the thought and consciously replace it with a positive affirmation or perspective. For example, I failed at this becomes I'm learning and improving every time I try. 8. Incorporate movement into your day. In the morning or as a midday reset. How? Engage in gentle exercise like yoga, walking, or stretching. Focus on how your body feels and the energy it brings, rather than performance or outcomes. This anchors you in the present moment. 9. Create a positivity playlist. During commutes or breaks. How? Curate a playlist of songs that inspire hope, joy, or strength. Listen to it when you need an emotional lift or to maintain a positive mindset during your day. 10. Use visualization before sleeping. As you lie in bed. How? Picture yourself in a place where you feel safe and happy, such as a favorite vacation spot or an imagined serene environment. Envision yourself thriving, feeling peaceful, and surrounded by love. Let our loved ones remember us as sources of encouragement, resilience, and quiet celebration. Despite life's trials, let them see that we always found reasons to smile and to cherish the moment. This, above all, is the lasting gift we offer, a legacy of love, wisdom, and quiet strength. By focusing on what truly matters, we guide others to live fully, gracefully, and with an unshakable joy that transcends time. Secret 2. The weight of past mistakes. Life shapes us through a tapestry of triumphs and trials, molding us into who we are. Over time, a natural desire emerges to share this journey with those closest to us. We yearn to pass on the laughter we've shared, the pain we've endured, and the wisdom hard-earned along the way. It feels like a gift, a map to help loved ones navigate their own paths with greater clarity. Yet sometimes, the most profound truths lie in what we choose not to say. Especially when it comes to past mistakes, silence can hold its own power. This isn't about hiding the truth or creating distance. It's about honoring a delicate equilibrium, preserving a quiet harmony within ourselves and our relationships. Take the story of Mr. Lawrence, for instance, a master craftsman with decades of experience and stories that could fill volumes. Years ago, in a moment of ambition and trust, he partnered with someone he believed was as honorable as himself. But that trust was betrayed. The fallout was devastating, a financial collapse that nearly destroyed him. Determined to rise again, he labored tirelessly, piece by piece rebuilding his life. Through perseverance, he found his footing once more. Yet, despite his recovery, he bore that chapter in silence, tucking the pain deep within his soul. He believed it was best to focus on the present and leave the shadows of the past where they belonged. Years later, his granddaughter reached an age where she seemed ready for deeper conversations. Hoping to guide her with wisdom from his own missteps, he shared the story of his betrayal. He wanted her to see the dangers of misplaced trust and to arm her with caution. As he spoke, he watched her reaction closely, searching for understanding in her eyes. But what he saw unsettled him, a flicker of concern, even pity. That fleeting moment cracked open emotions he thought had long since healed. In her gaze, he felt exposed, vulnerable, even diminished. For the first time, he questioned the value of sharing that memory. Instead of feeling relief at unburdening himself, he felt the weight of regret. From this experience, Mr. Lawrence gained a profound insight. Not every scar is meant to be revealed, not every wound needs to be revisited, and not every mistake must become a teaching moment. Our loved ones, especially the younger generation, often view us through a lens of admiration and strength. Revealing certain chapters of our pain can shift that perspective in ways we cannot control. Instead of the intended lesson, they might see vulnerability or even sadness that lingers. While honesty has its place, so does discretion. Sharing the fullness of our lives doesn't always mean revisiting every sorrow. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give is our presence, steadfast, resilient, and quietly wise. Our friend Laura is someone you'd immediately admire. She's a celebrated chef, known for turning simple ingredients into culinary masterpieces. Her restaurant is the heartbeat of her small town, a place where people gather not just to eat, but to feel a sense of belonging. To her friends and family, Laura is the picture of grace and determination. Few people, however, know the storm she weathered to get where she is today. Years ago, Laura's life was very different. Fresh out of culinary school, she had dreams of owning a restaurant, but lacked the funds to make it happen. When a close friend offered to invest, Laura saw it as a dream come true. The two opened a cozy cafe together, filled with promise and excitement. For a while, everything seemed perfect. But beneath the surface, trouble brewed. Her partner began making decisions without consulting her, taking risky loans and cutting corners. Laura, trusting their friendship, didn't ask questions until the debts began to pile up. By the time she discovered the extent of the financial chaos, it was too late. The cafe was on the brink of collapse, and so was their friendship. The fallout was devastating. Laura lost everything: the cafe, her savings, and the bond she thought was unbreakable. She hit rock bottom but refused to stay there. Laura picked herself up, taking on catering gigs and part-time jobs to survive. She spent years rebuilding her life, pouring every ounce of energy into perfecting her craft. Slowly, her reputation grew, and with it came a second chance. With the support of her community, she finally opened the restaurant she'd always dreamed of, this time on her own terms. Despite her success, the story of that betrayal remained locked away. Laura chose not to share it, even with those closest to her. She worried that revisiting the pain might tarnish the pride she felt in her current achievements. Her life was full now, and the past felt like a weight she didn't need to carry forward. One day, her niece, an aspiring chef, came to her for advice. The young woman was excitedly planning to start a food truck business with a friend and asked Laura for guidance. Laura listened intently, recognizing the same spark she'd once had. She could have told her niece everything about the betrayal, the debt, the years it took to recover. But something held her back. Instead, Laura offered wisdom forged from her experience without revealing its source. She emphasized the importance of clear agreements, financial transparency, and the need to balance trust with caution. Her niece left the conversation inspired, armed with practical knowledge and a sense of confidence. Months later, the food truck launched to great success. Laura watched with pride as her niece thrived, knowing she had played a small role in her journey. She also felt a quiet satisfaction in her decision to keep her own painful chapter private. Laura realized that some stories don't need to be told to teach valuable lessons. By choosing silence, she had protected her niece's image of her as a strong, unwavering mentor. She preserved the focus on the future, rather than burdening the moment with her own past regrets. In her silence, Laura found strength. She understood that the scars we carry don't always need to be displayed. Sometimes, it's enough to let the lessons shape us and allow others to learn from the wisdom they see in our actions. If you found this story meaningful and are still watching, comment 1 below to let us know you're here. We'd love to hear your thoughts and continue this journey together. Secret 3: the quiet power of unfulfilled dreams. As we grow, we carry within us dreams, bright, unspoken aspirations that spark our imaginations. These aren't fleeting desires, they're the deep wishes that define our sense of possibility. Yet, life often leads us down paths we never expected, leaving some dreams tucked away, incomplete but not forgotten. Such dreams linger in the corners of our minds, waiting for quiet moments of reflection. They speak of roads we didn't take, of passions we couldn't pursue, and of lives we once envisioned. Though unfulfilled, these dreams hold immense power. They are not just reminders of what might have been. They shape who we are and whisper truths about what we value. Consider Mr. James, a retired mechanic with weathered hands and a youthful soul. In his early years, music captured his heart. He spent endless nights saving for his first guitar, pouring his limited resources into a dream that lit up his world. He would strum for hours, letting melodies transport him to places where anything seemed possible. But life, with its relentless demands, had other plans. Marriage, fatherhood, and the responsibility of building a stable life became his focus. The guitar grew silent, tucked away in a closet as time moved forward. Mr. James dedicated himself to his family, his craft, and the steady rhythm of his work. Decades passed, and his love for music became a private memory, a dream left untouched but never abandoned. Now in his later years, that dream still hums quietly in his heart. One day, he shares this unspoken passion with his teenage grandson, hoping to connect. He recounts nights spent practicing under dim light, the joy of mastering a difficult chord, and the pride of hearing music come alive under his fingertips. His grandson listens with curiosity, but struggles to reconcile this revelation with the man he knows. A pillar of strength, a devoted provider, a steady presence. The grandson, surprised by the depth of his grandfather's yearning, feels a tinge of guilt. He wonders if the sacrifices made to build a stable life for their family came at the cost of this dream. Mr. James notices the confusion in his grandson's eyes and feels a pang of regret, not for his choices, but for the unintended weight his story places on his young listener. With time and introspection, Mr. James begins to see his dream differently. He realizes that it isn't a symbol of failure, but a thread in the rich tapestry of his life. The passion that once drove him to music also guided his dedication as a mechanic, his craftsmanship, and his role as a father. Every lesson music taught him, discipline, creativity, and persistence, found its place in the life he chose to live. He decides that some dreams are best held close. They don't need to be shared with everyone or fully realized to matter. They are personal treasures, shaping the choices we make and the people we become. For Mr. James, his dream of music remains a source of quiet strength, a reminder of his capacity for passion and hope. He shifts the conversation with his grandson, sharing stories of his life's work. He talks about the satisfaction of fixing what was broken, the pride in creating with his hands, and the joy of providing for his loved ones. His grandson begins to see a new kind of fulfillment in these tales. He recognizes that the same fire that once burned for music now glows in his grandfather's dedication to his family and his craft. Through this exchange, both grandfather and grandson come to understand something profound. Dreams don't have to be achieved to be meaningful. Sometimes their value lies in how they guide us, even indirectly, shaping our decisions and fueling our perseverance. For Mr. James, the dream of being a musician remains a cherished piece of his story, but it no longer defines his sense of fulfillment. He finds peace in the life he built, knowing that it was shaped not only by what he achieved, but also by the dreams he carried silently. His family, inspired by his grace, learns to see unfulfilled dreams in a new light. They come to understand that life's beauty often lies in its unexpected paths. Mr. James's journey teaches them that while not every dream becomes reality, every dream leaves its mark, adding depth and meaning to the life we create. As we reflect on our own unfulfilled dreams, we should embrace them as part of our story. They are not regrets but quiet companions, reminding us of our hopes and resilience. These dreams, whether pursued or not, enrich our lives and shape the legacy we leave behind. In their silence, they teach us the value of the journey, the courage to adapt, and the beauty of the lives we choose to build. Secret 4: Disappointments and Family Expectations. Family love is a powerful bond. It's a deep, enduring connection that holds us together through time. We dream not only for ourselves but for our loved ones, carrying hopes that stretch far beyond our own experiences. We want their lives to be easier, happier, more secure. These desires are stitched into our hearts with threads of our own values, struggles, and successes. When we look at our children, siblings, and extended family, it's natural to imagine a bright future for them, one that feels safer, more stable, or somehow better than our own. We want them to choose wisely, to walk a path we believe leads to happiness and success. Yet, as they chart their own course, reality doesn't always align with our hopes. Each choice they make, each step they take, is a reflection of their individual journey, not ours. And when their decisions veer away from what we envision, we may feel a subtle but persistent sense of disappointment. This feeling, a mix of concern and love, is part of being human. It's especially strong as we grow older, our perspectives shaped by years of hard-earned wisdom. We long to guide, to pass on lessons that we believe can spare our family from unnecessary pain. But sharing these thoughts can be fraught with risk. Words, even those spoken with care, can sting. Our well-intentioned advice can be misread as disapproval, and the divide between us can quietly widen. Consider the journey of Mrs. Amelia. She spent her career as a librarian, drawn to the steady rhythm of books and a life well-ordered. Her children grew up in a world of structure and security, encouraged to find stable careers that promised safety. Her daughter, however, felt a different pull, a calling to create, to run her own business, despite the uncertainties. The entrepreneurial life carried risks that Mrs. Amelia struggled to understand. Her daughter's dream didn't fit the mold she had carefully shaped for her family's future. As her daughter moved forward with her plans, Mrs. Amelia's concern deepened. Each sleepless night was filled with fears of financial strain, failure, and an unpredictable future. She wanted to shield her daughter from potential setbacks, to guide her towards a path that felt safer. Finally, she spoke up, voicing her worries in a heartfelt conversation. But her daughter heard only doubt. Her mother's words, meant to protect, felt like criticism. The warmth between them cooled, each interaction tinged with tension. A gap formed, subtle at first, but growing with each discussion about her daughter's choices. Mrs. Amelia watched, torn between her desire to help and the pain of seeing her daughter pull away. Slowly, she recognized the true source of her anxiety. It wasn't about her daughter's happiness. It was her own fear of the unknown, her struggle to accept a different vision of success. Realizing this, she made a choice: to stay silent, to let go of the need to steer. She decided to support in other ways, attending events, asking thoughtful questions, and showing love in quiet, consistent actions. This shift took time, but it worked. Their relationship, once strained, began to mend. Mrs. Amelia grew to admire her daughter's courage, acknowledging the strength it took to pursue a dream that carried so much uncertainty. In letting go of control, she found a new kind of respect for her daughter's independence. The lesson here extends beyond one family's story. True love sometimes means stepping back, allowing space for others to explore life on their own terms. It's about recognizing that every person's journey is different and that our role, at times, is to witness rather than guide. Silent support is a powerful gift. It's a love that doesn't need words, a love that honors each person's right to make their own choices, even when those choices are hard to understand. We learn to replace spoken criticism with acts of quiet encouragement, creating a nurturing environment where they feel truly accepted. As we age, our desire to protect those we love grows stronger. Yet so does our understanding that the greatest gift we can offer is the freedom to be themselves. Silent love is not passive. It's an active choice to support without judgment, to let others walk their path with confidence. This kind of love, given without expectation or condition, leaves a lasting legacy, a legacy that endures long after words have faded, offering a safe space for growth, acceptance, and connection. Then today, you can start to change your attitude with your family, like listen without judging. Make a conscious effort to listen when a family member shares their thoughts or experiences. Resist the urge to interrupt, advise, or judge. Let them feel heard and valued without immediately offering your opinion. Ask open-ended questions. Show genuine interest in their choices by asking open-ended questions. Use phrases like, "What excites you most about this?" or "How did you decide to go in this direction?" This approach encourages conversation without imposing your views. Focus on supportive actions. Instead of giving advice, find small ways to show your support. Attend events that matter to them, offer to help in practical ways, or simply acknowledge their efforts with a kind word. Let actions speak louder than concerns. Celebrate their strengths. Pay attention to what they're doing well, even if it's different from what you would have chosen. Compliment their courage, creativity, or persistence. Emphasize the positive rather than dwelling on what you see as risks or challenges. Pause before responding. When you feel the urge to critique or correct, take a moment to pause. Consider whether your words are truly helpful or if they come from a place of worry. Practice holding back unless they specifically ask for your guidance. Making these changes, you shift from a mindset of control to one of unconditional love. It's a process of growth for both you and your family, a journey that builds trust, deepens relationships, and nurtures true connection. In closing, knowing what to keep private with family is a skill that can truly transform your relationships. It's about understanding when to speak and when silence is the wisest choice, setting healthy boundaries, and preserving your emotional well-being. By choosing not to share every detail, whether it's past regrets, small health concerns, or personal ambitions, we're not distancing ourselves, but creating space for trust, respect, and deeper connection. Thoughtful silence isn't about withholding. It's about building stronger, more meaningful bonds without the burden of unnecessary stress or misunderstandings. Sometimes the most profound strength lies in the things we choose not to say. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more thoughtful content. Your support means everything, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your feedback in the comments below. Until next time, remember that the quiet moments often speak the loudest.